once we get the Zoom session, the webinar running, as we need to, we can get cracking. So I'm just going to do I think we've still got people joining, which is cool. So there's about 93 people from my view, which is good. So I think there are over 200 registered. So Chen was happy. Chen's got big ideas basically on doing 2,000. I said to him yesterday, or I think Jane mentioned we had 200 registered, and Chen said, well, it'll be 2,000 soon. So we thought, as per usual, we set the targets and we think we're doing quite well generally. And then Chen comes along and basically changes the numbers before our very eyes. So the expectation is we're looking to kind of do these worldwide group meditations, I guess for two reasons really. One is for you, so that you kind of get personal cleansing, clearing, healing, that kind of stuff. And I think these days we probably all need that, really. It's fair to say. And on the second kind of aspect of that, obviously from a worldwide perspective, the planet is a vibratory frequency. The planet is an ecosystem, as we all kind of know. And we're all on this ecosystem, so the planet needs to be kind of looked after and maintained, not just from a kind of physical perspective, but of course it's a spiritual entity in itself, and therefore it has a vibratory frequency, it has vibration, it has everything that would make an ecosystem work from a spiritual perspective. So we need to kind of maintain and look after the planet, because obviously there's only one currently that we have that we live on. So it's kind of a good idea to kind of to manage and look after that. And I think that's what kind of Chen, my spirit guide, and the other guides that he works with are kind of doing. They're here in force, really. We don't see them, of course, because they're in spirit, but they're here to keep things running, keep the ecosystem operating in a way that sustains life, basically, for the rest of us. So just looking through the chat, so I can see Jenny's joined. So Ireland, Dublin, Canada, Greece, Edinburgh. So it's quite nice. Everyone's nosy, aren't they? Let's face it, really. So we all kind of like to look through the chat and see the list of people and where they've come from. And it's good to see that it's a worldwide kind of collection of people, really. It's nice to see you guys from Australia, because I don't know what time it is there, but it must be, because you're in front of us, aren't you? So it must be quite late, I would imagine. So anyway, thanks for joining. It's much appreciated. Again, from all of your perspective, this session is kind of going to be recorded. We're recording it obviously via Zoom, and it will be then kind of propagated out on our various social media channels, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and the list seems to just go on and on. So once this session's been kind of closed for those people that couldn't make it live, then it will be available to be replayed basically as part of the recording, which will be good. Okay, so I think from my perspective, so let's get going. So the time is 10 past. I think we've given everyone enough time to find the Zoom link and kind of dive in. So really, so from my perspective, welcome to this particular kind of worldwide healing meditation. So it's a warm welcome really from myself, from Jane, obviously Ollie, Vanessa, all of our team. We call it our team. There's only a very small team, but we're all kind of beavering away every day, really. So thanks for joining us today. So we're kind of delighted that you're all here. Obviously, whether you're tuning in from the UK, Europe, America, Australia, or anywhere else in the world, really, it's kind of appreciated that you're finding the time to join us, and we kind of do acknowledge that. It's good for you to do these things and to put time into us, and we kind of know that we are very fortunate and we are quite humbled that we know that we do kind of have this quite loyal following from you guys, and it's not something we take for granted. It's something that we do really appreciate. So this isn't really just a webinar, I think, from our perspective. It's kind of like a moment in time, is the way that I kind of see things. It's a sacred space, I guess, kind of like a soul family kind of gathering, coming together. So just take a deep breath, settle into your seats, make yourself comfy, and then just kind of contribute to this kind of special group healing meditation and group work. Okay, so I think Ollie's just messaging me behind the scenes. Send chat to. Sorry, Ollie, I'm just trying to read your message. Let me just see if I can do this. Okay, so just changing one of the settings behind the scenes, of which there's lots. Okay, so I think we should be good to go. Hopefully everyone can see each other's chat in the webinar chat. I think Ollie's busy tinkering with that. So yeah, so back to kind of where we were from my perspective, I guess. So welcome everyone. It's a joy to see you all gathered together for this kind of worldwide healing meditation. And there's kind of two parts to this really. So we've kind of got the introduction, which obviously we're doing now effectively. And then we're going to kind of do meditation one, which is going to be a personal healing meditation for you guys really. So the idea is that we'll take you through just a light meditation kind of journey. Not exactly sure what Chen's going to do, but Chen obviously is going to do this through me in trance. So he'll take over and he'll kind of work through me in that way and call in your spirit guides. So your guides will be invited to come close to you if you want them to. If you don't want them to, it's totally fine. You can keep them backed off. But again, it kind of needs your permission, really, for your guides to come in. And obviously, we're kind of going to invite Chen and his team in to connect to your energy field and to perform healing of you too. So there's two kind of aspects to that. Your own guides are going to come in close, but they're going to allow Chen and his team into your field to perform healing, which should be good. And then the second part, we'll take a sort of 10-minute comfort break. And then in the second part of the session, we're going to work through a world healing meditation. So the idea being that we connect energetically to each other. And of course, we know that we're all over the world. We've sort of been through some of the places. So there's people probably in every continent effectively on this meditation. And that kind of gives the guides, the spirit guides, Chen and his team, the ability to connect us all energetically together and then to kind of send healing into the planet where it's needed. And I think we're all kind of aware there's lots of turbulence going on at the moment, really, all over the world. So I guess there's no shortage of planetary energy that's required to kind of change the vibration of certain parts of the planet. And I think that's what this is all about. Certainly from my perspective, really, it's about how we collectively raise our own vibration. And we kind of do that in many ways. And then, of course, we effectively bring ourselves into a state of higher vibratory frequency, which pushes away negativity and obviously brings us back into a calm space, really. So tonight we're going to be joined by my spirit guide, Chen. Or tonight for us, obviously might be morning for other people, who most of you sort of know and love. Chen's got a very big following, as we know. He's an incredibly wise and kind of powerful guide, I guess, that's been working through me in trance. And he's been doing that since 2004. So I sat down the other day and thought, wow, I've been working with Chen now for the best part of like 20 years effectively, which, you know, is quite a thing to have done, I guess, from the first time that we had a meeting, which was in my Reiki session. So it was Chen himself that asked for this global gathering. He asked us, could we pull together a global gathering of people around the world? He kind of feels the pulse of the world, and he's basically highlighted how this negative, heavy, energetic climate is kind of taking over, really. And that's why tonight's important for you guys to be here. We've got large numbers of people with focused intention. We kind of generate a big energetic field that kind of ripples out and touches places and, of course, people. And it does that beyond the realms that we can see, remember. So we're not going to see it in the physical, but we're certainly going to see it from an energetic perspective. So I know there's a lot of new people here that have found us in different ways. We've got all sorts of things going on in social media, and our website obviously has got a lot of info in. So just a quick short bio. I'm not looking to bore anybody, so it's very short, basically. So my name is Andy Poulter, if you haven't kind of stumbled across us before. So thank you for being here. So I'm a psychic surgeon, trance medium, and basically co-founder of the Spirit Release Academy. So I kind of work in trance, and I've been working with Chen, my guide, since 2004. And we kind of facilitate powerful healing sessions based on energy clearing, entity release, a speciality that we have, and then restoring people back to spiritual sovereignty. So it's kind of what we do, really. And I kind of spent 10 years collaborating with the late Dr. Terence Palmer. As most of you know, he was a pioneer in the field of spirit release therapy. And together, him, myself, and Chen developed a structured spirit release protocol method, really, which we now teach via SRA to practitioners across the world. So our work is kind of bridging that ancient wisdom, I guess, with modern kind of spiritual practice, supporting clients and students across the globe. And we're very fortunate to be in that position. And as I say, obviously, I do that with my kind of co-host, Jane, obviously. So 2 meditations we're going to go through. So again, if you haven't meditated before, don't worry, just sit back, know that you're kind of in safe hands with us. We'll take you through just a very kind of soft and quiet meditation. So just allow yourself to relax. So I'm just moving this forward. So before we start, what do we need to do? Nothing really. The less you do, the better this is going to be really for you. So kind of just take your phone off or move your phone out of the way. Remove any kind of distractions that are possible in your space. Feel free, obviously, to lie down. You can wrap yourself in a blanket. You can light a candle. You can sit on the bed. You can go to sleep. You can kind of do whatever works for you, really. There's kind of no rules from that perspective. And obviously, everyone's muted, so you should only be able to hear kind of my voice. So if we get to a starting point, so I think we've kind of covered the bio as to who I am, what we do, how we do things. It's 20 past, which is good. So let's take a moment. So let's get started because we obviously could talk all day. As you know, Chen would like to talk all day, given the opportunity. So I think let's get started with the kind of first healing meditation. So let's just take a moment. If you close your eyes, allow yourself to relax. Well, then just start to breathe in deeply and then exhale slowly. So just continue to breathe in deeply, in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And as you're doing that, I'm going to hand over to Chen, who's going to start this meditation. Good day to you all. My name is Chen. I am Andrew's principal guide and surgeon. So firstly, welcome here to this monumental occasion, a worldwide healing meditation, connecting your spirit and souls across the globe energetically in a range of frequencies. So thank you all for being here. As young Andrew has to say, we will do this in two parts. The first part is going to be aimed at that cleansing and healing and clearing meditation for yourself, for your spirit, for your soul. This is going to be a gentle expedition, and we're probably going to go back in time. So I'm going to link this healing journey into a past life meditation because we all know that as spiritual entities here on planet Earth, embodied in the physicality that you have, you've all had many past life experiences on this planet. And in those past lives, many things have happened to each and every one of you. And some of those things carry the resonant frequency of trauma and of pain, of stress, of anguish. Some of these emotions and feelings carry over between lives, as do other things that we could discuss. So we're going to basically start off with a cleansing meditation. So just allow yourself to relax, breathing in through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Now really pull that air in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And as you do this, notice your conscious awareness starts to come inside yourself. You can hear sounds outside. You're aware of sounds outside yourself. But we're bringing your conscious awareness into you, into your spiritual energy. So just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you start to focus, imagine yourself now looking at your third eye from inside yourself. So focus your conscious awareness on your third eye, which is your spiritual eye, just above your two regular eyes. So focus on that point. And as you focus on that point, you'll notice that your face and your head starts to feel warm. This is an increase in frequency you're starting to feel, which is good. We're starting to bring you online from a spiritual perspective. And now in that third eye, allow yourself to visualize a bright white light right in front of your eyes. Just see a bright white light, and then allow that light in to your eyes as though you're looking at the sun. you can see this huge bubble of bright white light burning intensely. Allow that light in to your third eye, activating that spiritual essence, bringing you online. And as we start to resonate at a higher frequency of vibration, we put a thought out to our spirit guides to connect. We want them to connect with us today. We want them to allow us to have clarity of vision. We're inviting them into our field. These are our spirit guides. Each of you has a spirit guide with you all of the time. They watch and they listen, but only if you ask will you achieve any type of connection. So put a thought out now to allow them into your space, to connect to your field. And now just visualize that bright white light starting off in your heart chakra. So visualize an image of a person that's you with a heart that is bright white, intense light. Then allow that bright white light to start to move down through your body, almost like a liquid of light running down through your body. As it hits your solar plex chakra, that chakra will open like a doorway that opens on its own, and that light will explode out, cleansing, clearing, and healing that chakra. And then we allow that white light to move further down to your sacral chakra. And again, a doorway opens on its own, and that bright white light explodes out, cleansing, clearing, and healing. And that white light continues to move down through the lower part of your body to your root chakra at the top of your legs. And again, we see a doorway that opens on its own, like an old door that just swings open as that white light explodes out, cleansing, clearing, and healing every cell of your being. You can feel the lower part of your body is now warm and hot as we've increased the vibratory frequency of every cell in that part of your body. And now look as that bright white light moves down through the tops of your legs like a liquid, down through your knees to your feet, leaving your feet, running straight down into the center of Mother Earth, connecting you to the core of the planet's vibratory frequency and hub. At this point, you're grounded. You can feel your legs being pulled down into the center of Mother Earth. Your legs feel heavy, grounded, connected into the resonant frequencies of the planet. And now bring your conscious awareness back to your heart center, and this time see that bright white light moving upwards through your torso towards your throat chakra. And then again, a doorway that opens on its own as that bright white light explodes out, cleansing and clearing and healing your throat. And then write the words truth and integrity across your throat in your mind's eye. So see your throat chakra in your mind's eye and program that chakra with the words truth and integrity so that when you speak to other people, you speak your truth and you do so with integrity. You change the vibration of the frequency of that which you speak. Then see that white light move down through the tops of both of your arms, again like a liquid that runs down past your elbows, down into your wrists. And then like a liquid gold almost, see that white light run down through your fingertips, dripping from each finger as it cleanses, clears, and heals every vibration and cell in your being. Everything you've touched leaves a residue on your hands. We're clearing any negative residue, any negative frequency, any negative energy is being cleared from our field as we perform this cleansing and clearing meditation. Now see that white light moving upwards from your throat, up into your head, to your third eye, just above your two regular eyes. See that third eye Again, like a doorway that opens on its own with that white light exploding out, cleansing and clearing. And then write the word protection across your third eye as we protect you from the things that you see from a spiritual perspective. Those of you that are mediumistic and spiritual know you need to be protected from imagery that you may see in your third eye, in your mind. This is how we protect you. And now see that white light moving upwards from your third eye to your crown chakra at the top of your head. So see a doorway now that opens on its own, and that incandescent bright white light explodes out of your crown chakra, leaving planet Earth going upwards and onwards, leaving this galaxy and universe going upwards and onwards. And then we connect to the words core conscious awareness. So we're connecting to a vibratory frequency of core conscious awareness, not an entity, not a thing, a frequency of vibration that is pure and perfect. And that's what we connect ourselves to. So just take a moment now to notice how you feel. You'll feel very warm. Your frequency has increased. Your vibration has increased. Your guides have stepped forward into your field, able to cleanse and clear. And we're going to work with them, my team and I, to cleanse and clear all negative vibrations that we can find in your field, that we can quickly remove. We will clear for you. So again, to do this, of course, we need your permission. So those of you that are happy to do that, just put the thought out. I give consent for Chen and the team to connect and to clear my field. If anyone's nervous or not really sure, then it's probably best to do nothing or say nothing. We will only work with those that have given consent from a formal perspective. And of course, this is in line with universal law. We're working with you from a consensual perspective. Now just visualize a golden bubble of light in front of you, a ball of light, and see a doorway that opens in that bubble and step through. Close that door behind you. This is your protected space. This is your protected field and energy. And when you're inside, every cell of your being is vibrating at the highest frequency of light. So just take a moment to notice how you feel. You feel strong, warrior-like, protected. This is you in your perfect space and place, working with the highest frequencies of light. Now we just invite the guides to clear the field, to remove any interference, any negativity. You don't need to do this yourselves. If you're new to meditation, or this is the first meditation you've done, we're inviting your spirit guides to work with us, myself and the team, to clear interference and negativity. And now, friends, visualize a doorway that opens in front of you in your mind's eye, a huge, big glass, thick door. This doorway opens outwards, and as we open it outwards, we see a crystal staircase, a staircase of crystal quartz, shining and glowing. And we walk out through that doorway onto that staircase. And as we do so, that staircase starts to shimmer and shine with iridescent colours. This is a magical staircase, and we know where it's going to go. So we start to walk down, and we see steps appear in front of us in our mind's eye on this magical journey as we go down, and we start to go back in time. You can feel your mind going back in time. You can feel your body going back in time on a timeline. And again, we invite our guides to take us back to a time that is very pertinent in our experience, a time when things may have happened and we've carried forward the traumas, the pain, the anger, the negativity, because we're looking to reconnect to that time, and we're going to release, remove, and clear the negativity as part of our healing journey this evening. So continue to walk down these magical steps, and as you do so, you see a doorway at the bottom of the steps come up. This is a huge, big, thick oak door. There's ivy across the front. There's a huge, big, thick brass knocker, and we can see giant hinges all the way down one side. And there's a big lock in this door, a huge lock. And then we look in our hands, and what do we see? We see the key to the lock. So put the key that you have manifested in your hands into that lock and turn the key, and you hear a magical click. And this doorway starts to open on its own, almost as though there are cogs behind the door. And this is now taking you into a magical journey of your past life, a past life that you've lived and had. So step through the doorway, and as you step through, you look down at your feet and notice what you see. You'll notice you have different footwear on, or you may not have any footwear. You may be barefoot. Look at your hands in front of your face. Your hands may have changed. You may have changed sex. You may now be a man or a woman compared to what you were when we started. Because, of course, sex is only for the duration of one lifetime, and we change sexes over different lifetimes. So as you step forward now, you'll see a mirror that comes up in front of you, and this mirror will show you exactly what you look like in this past life, healing connected meditation. So stop for a moment and laugh to yourself as you look at your look. You look at the things that you're wearing. Who have you become? What were you before? These are questions we know we need to ask to find peace and discovery in our journey. And just start to walk forward. And as you do so, you will see a space comes up in front of you. You will see a building that comes up in front of you. You may see tents in front of you. You may see seats. You may see vehicles. You may see horses. You may see animals. A scene will start to come up in front of you that's being guided by your own spirit guides as part of this meditation. So you'll notice that people start to come towards you, and you feel you know these people. You've met these people before. You might instantly know they're people in your family or in your acquaintance circle in this current life. But they probably present differently. They may look different. They may be a different sex. But you'll know intuitively who they are. And they come forward smiling, laughing. They've been waiting for you for a long time. And here you are, as part of your journey in this life to explore this past life. What happened in this past life that created negative frequencies and trouble, trauma and pain that you're currently experiencing in your current life today? Now, someone will step forward and take you by the hand, and they will help you to see a scene that starts to develop in your mind's eye. They will show you what happened in this past life to you. An event that happened could have been the end of your life. There is no emotion, of course, connected to what you see. This is a past life. It's a conscious image, picture, pictorial image scene, like a video. But there is no connection to the trauma, to the pain, to feelings. You just watch as though you're a third party watching in on an event and a sequence that happened before. So just watch that event now, friends, guided by your own spirit guides. And just take notice what they show you and how they show you. What happened to you? What trauma did you go through? How did that past life end? I'm just going to leave you here for a few moments to work through that scene, to observe it as a third party. And we can think about the relevance of the imagery that we see when we come back from the meditation. At the same time you're doing this, my guides and my team will connect to each one of your fields. And we will look for negative interference, negative frequencies of vibration, and we will clear them from your fields. Again, if you prefer us not to do that, you can just let us know and just say, no, thank you, not today. But if you would like us to connect your field to clear negativity, just think the thought, yes, please, that's for me today. And we will start. And for all those people that view this in recorded mode, the same will happen for you in the time that you're in when you watch this particular meditation. Because, of course, we know there is no time in spirit. So we will now connect to each and every one of your fields. We will clear and remove negativity, clear negative frequency. Some of you may feel odd sensations, odd things. You can acknowledge them to us if you feel them. You can remember them for yourselves, of course. So we will clear your fields whilst you enjoy this past life regression that's cleansing, clearing, and healing your spirit and your soul. So now just say thank you to those that step forward to show themselves to you. You'll know that these are people in your current life, your acquaintances, your soul group, the group of people you've chosen to incarnate with again. Like a play, you're all playing different roles, different parts. Some of you have changed sex. Some of you are parts of different families. In a past life, your child may now be your father. In that past life, your mother might now be a daughter or a friend. Everyone is swapped around, playing different parts in this show. But you know them from their energy signature, their frequency of vibration is unique to them, and you know them immediately. You know who's in your group around you, and you can see from the things that you've been shown what happened in that past life and how that past life ended for you. And you'll now understand some of the traumas, some of the thoughts, some of the pain that you might have incarnated with into this life. And we're going to release that and let that go. And we're going to call upon our spirit guides to clear that from our field, remove trauma, pain, negativity, fear, anger, all of the low frequencies that we carry that bind us and keep us downwards in our vibratory frequency. We're going to let go of so that our frequency of vibration can ascend, can raise dramatically, changing who we are, changing our thought process, where we are, unlocking, clearing and cleansing and healing, letting go of old emotional structures that no longer serve us, that we no longer need. We let go of everything negative that's baked into our etheric field. And we ask our guides and the team to clear and remove everything that's there that's negative, that's holding us back. Old disagreements we've had with friends, with family, work colleagues, with people that we know or don't know. We let go of the anger. We let go of the emotion. We clear that from our field. We don't need to move forward holding negative energy, negative frequencies. We let go of everything that's negative so that we can ascend, move ourselves into a higher vibratory frequency, connect to people like us, because we know that frequency is magnetic and you will connect to people of the same frequency as you. So if you're in anger and rage, you'll connect to other people in anger and rage. If you're in a place of clarity, of calmness, of positivity, you will attract those people into your life, pushing out those in a negative space. Everything is magnetized to frequency, and everything is magnetized to your thoughts and your intentions. And this is what we need to work on, controlling our thoughts, controlling our emotions and our intentions, speaking our truth. Now, if you find your way back to that doorway that we left earlier, you notice you feel lighter. You're walking with a step. You already feel better in yourself. Your frequency has changed, of course. We've removed and cleared negative energy from our field. Therefore, we will quick step, we will hop, skip, and jump as we find ourselves moving to the door. And then just look in that mirror one last time and see that representation of you from that past life, the things that you were wearing, the face that you have, the hair that you had, the person that was in that past life. And then we walk through the door and we close it behind us, locking it with that key. And then we start to ascend that staircase, that magical, iridescent quartz staircase. We start to move back upwards towards the doorway that we left earlier. And as we're walking upwards, we notice our frequency has changed. And we ask our guides, by how much has our frequency changed? So a number will now come up into your mind, a percentage. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. A number as a percentage will be popped into your mind by your own spirit guides, signifying the increase in frequency that this short journey has made to cleanse and clear and heal your field. Now walk back through that door and close it behind you, finding yourself back into your bubble of light. Here you can see an image of a person that's you inside that bubble. And now see that image start to fade, start to shimmer, as every cell of your being is released from its hold, so that we no longer see an image of a person, a human. We see a collection of cells vibrating at a frequency of light, like a shoal of fish moving around, up and down, side to side. Every cell of your being is released from its physical container and hold, and we instruct every cell of your being to vibrate at the highest frequency of light, moving into a healing, clearing disease, negativity, pain, anger. Everything negative is cleared and cleansed, and every single cell moves to the highest frequency of light, so that next time that cell divides, it divides in perfection, producing healing, clarity, calmness, positivity. This is you actively changing every cell of your being, as you're actually in control of your own vehicle. The vehicle's no longer in autopilot doing its own thing. You're in control of it with your thoughts, your awareness, your positivity, with integrity and truth. This is you taking charge of your vehicle, moving into those positive frequencies. You can feel your head is hot. If any of you feel like you're on fire, just allow that heat to be transferred down through your feet into Mother Earth, through your spiritual source. Or put a thought out to your guides and team to help you transmute the heat, the frequency. Your hands, your head, your feet will be hot. Allow that frequency of vibration to be cleansed and cleared from your field. As you move to this new frequency, this is the new you. Every cell is now dividing in a positive way, clearing disease, clearing negativity. Your friends and family, people you meet with, your acquaintances, will see a sparkle in your eye as we've cleared negative interference. So just take a moment now to notice how you feel. Notice the clarity of thought in your mind and the way that you feel today. This is the new you, higher vibrating, positive. You're a light worker here to afford change on this planet. And you do that through example. You broadcast your light on the astral frequencies, and we see your light. We see you as a light warrior stepping forward, holding the torch, burning bright, pushing away darkness, negativity. You're here to invoke change on this planet we call Mother Earth. And to do that, you need to vibrate at the highest frequency of light. This is you, activated, stepping forward. Welcome. Welcome to the family, to the team. We're here together. And this is our job. We're here to cleanse and clear negative energy in all its formats, in all of its disguises, in all of its ways. To push back imposters, to hold the light. This is you, light worker. Now I'm just going to cleanse the energies, and then we're going to clear this meditation and bring you back lightly into yourself. So wiggle your feet, move your hands, bring your conscious awareness now back into the room that you're in. You can feel the floor, you can feel the bed or the chair that you're in. Bring your conscious awareness back, listen to my voice, and then when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, and at this time, at the interval, I will bring young Andrew back to conscious awareness himself, and then we will proceed for the second part in 10 or 15 minutes after you've had time to have a glass of water or have a comfort break, of course. So I will say good day to you for now, and we will reconvene very shortly. Okay, so what's the time? 10 to. So we're running late as usual. Not that anyone would expect not to be running late if Chen's at the helm, of course. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that healing meditation. Of course, I never know exactly what's happened, so I'll get to replay this probably in about an hour's time or something after I process the video. So hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you feel better. In theory, you should be feeling better. It's a cleansing and clearing meditation that obviously increases your own frequency of vibration. So that should be good from that perspective. And what we'll do, we will take a 10-minute recess then. So let's have a 10-minute break, comfort break, get some water, a cup of tea, use the toilet. It's 10 to now, so we'll start again next session in 10 minutes, which will be about, well, 7 p.m. here in the UK, but it's whatever time it is in your local time. So basically 10 minutes, so a 10-minute break, and we'll get cracking. And what I'll do is I'll pause the recording here, basically. Okay, so we're back. I'm back. Hopefully you guys are back. Just give it a couple of minutes to get everyone back in the hot seat after a comfort break. Hopefully more water. So if you guys want to put things in the webinar chat, interested to know how you got on in that meditation, what you thought, what you felt, of course, as well, because in these meditations we're actually engaging with the guides and we're asking them to come into our etheric field. And we know that the etheric field is a blueprint copy, basically, of the physical. So we've got our physical body that we know we can poke and we can touch, but we've also got a blueprint copy of that body vibrating at a different frequency, which we call the etheric field. And all of the diseases, negative things that can happen to us manifest in that etheric field first, and then they kind of vibrate back into the physical. So sometimes we have to go to the spiritual frequencies to look for the cause of diseases, pain, problems, and trauma, because they're locked into that etheric vibration. And once we clear them from that vibratory frequency, it unlocks our mind, unlocks our emotional state, and that kind of thing, basically. And that then changes how we feel. So the kind of concept is kind of super easy, I think, to understand. It's just that it's for some people it's a different way of thinking about things, I guess, really. And obviously working with spirit guides and spirit teams is probably new to a lot of people. We've been doing it for 20 years, so our kind of normal conversations around our dinner table are conversations, I guess, that most people probably don't have. But certainly all of our children, well, not children, all of our, mine and Jane's children are now adults, of course, but they've sort of grown up with this over the last 20 years, so they think it's normal to sit and talk to Chen in an afternoon and ask his advice on things about their life and what they're doing and choices they're going to make, that kind of thing. So it's it kind of is it's different really from that perspective. So Jane just reminded me to say hi to Lisa Monty. So you won the draw for the free clearing that we gave out. So we asked everyone basically to like and comment on our posts, and we created a draw, a sort of spinning wheel draw of that. So Lisa, you won for this week. So it means you get a free clearing, a family clearing basically for 4 people. It doesn't have to be family, it can just be 4 friends, 4 people that you know, 4 people that you think could do with a clearing and a cleansing and healing. So Jane's going to reach out, probably by email, I guess, to connect with you just to get a list from you, and then we'll get that into the schedule, and we'll obviously get Chen to work on that and perform that clearing, which of course we do every day, lots of clearings. So that'll get scheduled in as a priority, really, because obviously you've won the competition, which is good. And we kind of like doing these things. It's good to be able to give things back, and we're aware that everyone has a struggle from a financial perspective, which is why we try and keep our prices down as much as we can, and we try and kind of be open and honest about everything that we do, because it is obviously the right way to do things and to embrace the energy that we're working with effectively. So, okay, I think so. Without further ado, so the second part of this meditation, so that was the kind of healing yourself, really, and some of you probably maybe saw not particularly good imagery when life ends in a past life, and you see what happened to you. It can be a little bit odd if you haven't done a past life meditation before. I had a lady that came years ago. Jane and I had a shed basically at the bottom of the garden that we used to work in. I was doing psychic surgery, and the first time Chen took over my body in trance and did a past life meditation for a lady, it was an old lady that had been everywhere. She'd been to every consultant, surgeon, doctor. She'd tried all sorts of things, and basically she couldn't feel her legs. So she could walk fine, she could do everything fine, everything worked, everything totally worked, but she just couldn't feel her legs. If you sort of, you could get a pin, stick it in her leg, no feeling. So some sort of nervous system disconnection, she thought, really. But she'd had all sorts of scans and things done, and eventually found us as a last resort, I think, basically, because psychic surgery for some tends to be the last resort. So she hopped up on the couch, Chen came in. I thought he'd put his hands on her and do a normal psychic surgery session, basically, which was normal for us. But what he actually did was said, I'm going to take you back to a past life. So he took her back on a past life journey to a time in a past life. And she was explaining what she saw basically at the time. And she saw this image of a horse and cart, effectively, and she'd hopped up on the back of the cart, her legs were hanging down. There was a horse at the front, and then this huge big wolf jumps out of the woods, of the trees. The horse panicked and bolted, and the cart basically dropped and chopped her off completely at the waist. And that's how she died. She saw herself lying on the floor with no legs, and that's basically how she passed in that past life. And just remembering that and the emotion, then when she came back out of the meditation, she literally jumped off the bed and said, I can feel my legs, everything's back. She was absolutely elated, really. And that was when I first saw the power of a past life meditation. Would never have believed it unless I'd seen it myself. I never really used to understand kind of how it worked, but it was, and it goes to show that a lot of our conscious awareness is locked into things that have happened to us in past lives. If you think about spiders, quite often we talk about everyone seems to be afraid of spiders, but you're kind of going to wonder why. If you live certainly in the UK, we don't have big spiders and they don't eat you, and they generally don't kill you because we don't have poisonous spiders, I don't think, really. So, but so many people have this spider phobia, and you think, well, where does that come from? Because it's clearly not this life, because you haven't been bitten by a poisonous spider if you live in the UK, and most people haven't been across the world. But we have this kind of problem with spiders, really. So, in our kind of conscious awareness, in our kind of history, there's obviously something to do with arachnoids that is very pertinent, and it brings up fear. Now, I kind of know the sort of backstory to that, but it's not really for this particular conversation. But those types of things obviously happen in past lives, and then, of course, it flows over into our emotional state in this life. And this is where sometimes just by changing our thought process, changing our emotional state, working with the guides and the team can obviously clear a lot of this old residual energy that isn't benefit to us in our kind of physical life today, really. So if you haven't done past life meditation before, hopefully you found that interesting. Good to see what you look like. I remember looking down on myself once and seeing a pair of old withered feet and huge big toenails and thought, wow, I was a bit of a state in the old days, really. So it was quite funny. But again, you may have seen yourself as a Roman soldier or someone before that, or some type of native or Indian, and there's a whole kind of host of past life imagery that represents your journey, really, on the kind of path that you're on, who you've been, what you're here to do, and kind of all of those things. So hopefully that was good. So what we're going to do then, I'm aware that time's ticking on, so we'll get Chen back in for the second part. So this is going to be the kind of world clearing meditation. I'm not exactly sure what he's planning to do. Basically, some type of clearing meditation where we connect together as a kind of collective group. And for those people that do this in replay, your energy will still be augmented to the general consensus, basically, as you watch this. So that happens too. So even though you might not be watching this right now today, if you watch this tomorrow or a week's time, your energy signature will be added to all of those people here today that are kind of doing this world cleansing and clearing, because of course we are effectively all over the world, which is the whole point. So without further ado, let me hand back over to Chen, and I'm going to set an alarm because I know we'll be here for hours and hours otherwise. So just bear with me a moment. Okay, so Chen's got 20 minutes on the clock, basically, which should be ample. In my opinion, anyway, probably not with his. So if the alarm goes off, we carry on, we'll just carry on. But obviously, the alarm going off is supposed to be the signifier that Chen needs to kind of bring that to a close. Okay, so let me hand back over to Chen. Hello, all again. So let's proceed with the second part of this particular meditation. Obviously, from that perspective, all of you have been in that vibratory frequency, deep in meditation. So close your eyes, allow yourself to relax, rest, lie back, sofa, bed, in the seat. And just take your mind back now to the same thought that you had before when we brought you back up from that earlier meditation. Connect back to that same frequency. It's almost like you're sleeping, you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, allowing your conscious awareness to move backwards in time to the same depth of frequency you had before. Take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, again signifying to your conscious awareness and your guides that we're coming online again. We're going back under. We're connecting spiritually, mentally, and emotionally to this meditation, changing your brainwaves, changing your frequency. We again call the guides in close to protect, to keep you clear, to remove any interference that's negative, allow you to enjoy this meditation. And this time we're collecting each and every one of you energetically and transporting you energetically to a place that we will all be at as a collective group of people around the world. So now, just visualize yourself sat in your room, in your chair, on your bed. Almost imagine you're looking down upon yourself. You can see yourself sat there, lying down, sat down, sat up. However you are, you can see yourself. Now I ask you to look at your face, look at your physical form as a human being. And we know this is just a vibratory frequency, a collection of cells that depicts you as a human. So now start to see a shimmering in your field as you start to change your imagery. And we're going to call forward the archetype of a raptor, of an eagle, of a bird of prey. You're going to change your image and your frequency. Look down and you can see feathers that start to grow upon your legs. A beak is starting to form where your nose is. Your eyes become pinpoint accurate, immensely clear with clarity. You can see feathers forming where your arms were, and huge big wings start to appear as you morph and change. Your shape shifting into a raptor, a bird of prey, a strong presence upon the planet. Now move your arms and your legs as though you're slightly agitated. You're moving to and fro. You're getting ready for flight. Now beat your wings. You can feel the power in your wings as those huge big feathers allow the air to move through them and over them. Now just look at yourself as this spectacular raptor, bird of prey, eagle. And now take off and start to fly straight up out of the property you're in. Your conscious awareness leaves the space. You head up into the air, upwards and onwards, up through the clouds. Your conscious awareness is disappearing through the cloud layers. You're going straight up like a rocket with your wings swept right back, upwards and onwards. And then as you get to the edge of the planetary field, you can level out and start to fly on the thermals now around the planet. So have some fun going up and down. Swoop down as fast as you can and start to find yourself moving around planet Earth, going from country to country. And as you do so, you're leaving behind your frequency, your residue, your vibration. You're cleansing the field of the planet with your conscious awareness. Your guides are in tow. They're with you. They're behind you. They're protecting you whilst you're in flight in this form of a raptor. And as you start to go around the planet from country to country, you'll start to see landmarks. You may see buildings, places. You may see the Eiffel Tower as you fly over Paris. You may see the Sydney Opera House as you fly over Australia. You may see all sorts of imagery that you've seen before, even if you've never left your country. Your conscious awareness is now disconnected from your physical body and you're free to go wherever you wish around the planet. And as you look in front of you, you start to see lights moving, flying, and you realize these are the other people in this meditation in the form of a raptor too, like you, flying around the planet. And you can see them almost like a radar screen, lots of lights coming online, flying in your direction, flying past you, acknowledging you as they fly past you at the speed of sound. You start to notice all of these lights are raptors like you, changing the frequency, flying around the planet, cleansing and clearing, working with the guides and the teams to clear the planet's etheric vibration. You look behind and you can see light where you've flown. You've left a field of light behind you, a bright white light, the highest frequency of light, cleansing and clearing. And now as you're flying around, you feel drawn to one particular place. There's an island in the middle of the sea, surrounded by turquoise, clear sea. Find your way to the island. You'll know where to go. You can see it in your mind's eye with your immensely good eyesight. And now all of you together start to land. You come into land, your wings back, your feet out. Everyone in this meditation is landing on this beach into the sand, surrounded by turquoise sea. And as you land, you change your form back to your physical form. The feathers disappear. Your arms reappear. Your legs reappear. Your face changes. You take back on your physical form of the person that you are in this life. And you just watch them coming in behind you. Tens and tens of people, of raptors, landing in the sand, instantly changing their vibration and field back to their human form. You stand together, you smile, you acknowledge, you nod. You acknowledge other people like you that are here to cleanse and clear the planet's field. Now the last one is coming in. You can see them high in the sky. They land in the middle of this island. This island is very small. It's just sand. And all of you have landed together. So now we sit down together and then take the hands of the person next to you both ways, so we create a circle of energy collectively. And as we do so, we can start to see and feel, of course, energy flowing around the circle of light. So we now invite in my team, Chen's team, a team of entities. You will see them almost like holograms that manifest from the middle of this island in front of your face. You will see different figures, different imagery. You'll probably see different species of energies. They're all positive and they're all here working for the light. They'll manifest in front of you, holding the holographic vibration and resonance. And as you can feel energy going around this loop, the energy you're creating will explode down into the center of planet Earth, connecting to the core energetic grid of this planet, the quartz grid that vibrates and holds the energy. Now see that bright white light that's exploded down through the middle of this island that we're all on together. See it hit that grid, and then every single ley line in the planet is now blasted with bright white light from our collective energy, cleansing and clearing the field of the whole of planet Earth at the same time, changing the vibration, raising the vibration, pushing out entities that are negative interference, immediately pushed out of prominent ley lines all over the planet at the same time. And you can feel the step change in frequency. You will feel warmth and heat running through you as you are part of the collective team, the collective group that's resonating with this high frequency of light. And we collectively are changing the planet's vibration in a positive way by increasing the frequency and clearing blocks of stagnant, stale energy, blocking every single grid point and ley line located all over the planet. Now use your conscious awareness to watch. Pick a ley line that you can see, a line of light, and then just follow that line of light with your conscious awareness. And as it goes around the planet, you will see it unblocking and unlocking stale, stagnant spaces. You may see other things that happen too. Just acknowledge them, watch them. We're in protected space. You're part of a protected team. We're cleansing and clearing the field, and we're increasing the vibration of planet Earth, all together as one at the same time. If you're struggling with the heat, you may be sweating and hot, just put a thought out to your guides. Ask them to regulate your temperature, to transmute some of the energy that you're holding in your body. And the moment you think that thought, your temperature will be regulated for you as we transmute away any build-up of high frequency energy. Now just view the planet from the inside out, almost as you're looking through an X-ray screen. You can see the inner part of the planet, the lines, the grid points and the grid work is now bright white and light. Every single ley line has been cleansed, cleared and opened. The planet's frequency has changed. And we've done this as a group, collectively, yourselves and ourselves working together as a partnership, as a team. This is what we do. We're here as light workers to perform light work. That's why we're called light workers. We work in the light. We are of the light. We broadcast our light on the astral plane. And each and every one of you can be seen by myself and the team. We know who you are. We know where you are. We know your frequency. And we see the work that you do. And you will never know what you've done today until you take your last breath and you pass back to your spiritual form. And then, friends, you'll be acknowledged by myself and by the team as a person that stood up, stepped forwards, broadcasted their light to clear darkness, remove stagnant, stale energy from this particular planet. And a very poignant part of planet life, planet Earth's life and history, things need to change quite quickly to stop the negative side pulling the vibration down. And we're all here today as light workers playing our parts, changing the vibration, working in and with the light. So you are saluted, each and every one of you. Now just bring your conscious awareness back inside yourself. See yourself on that island as that person. And once again now take the form of your raptor, of your eagle, of your bird of prey. See those feathers across your arms. See your feet and the claws that change. Your beak replaces your nose. Flap those mighty wings and take off. And make a final journey back to your destination, back to your home, back to the place that you are today and now. You could take a last trip around the planet to see the monumental countries and places and structures as you wish, and then find your conscious awareness coming back through the ceiling of the building that you're in, locking yourself back into your body, into your human frequency of vibration. Your conscious awareness is back in the room. You can feel your feet and your hands. You're back, you're home, you're back in your physicality. We ask the guides to check and to clear if required, but you're back, locked in, back in your protected space. So now, friends, when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, so whilst we just conclude this part of that second meditation, obviously from our perspective, we've cleansed and cleared the grid. Planet Earth has a vibratory grid. Ley lines are the physical manifestation of that grid. So what we've done today is we've taken light together as a group, as a team, and we've imbued that light and frequency into that field, and we've propagated it through the entire grid from the center outwards. So rather than working from the outside in, we've started in the center and broadcasted light outwards through all of the ley lines, which of course effectively are the harmonics of the grid of planet Earth. And what we will see things change quite quickly. So now keep your eyes on the news. Watch what's the right word? Some of the news won't be broadcast, of course, but watch what they talk about over the next few days. From a positive perspective, things that fail or fall, structures, organizations, companies, or people that suddenly seem to fall. These will be negative structures, people, organizations, and energies that are unable to sustain themselves in the areas that they exist because we have changed and cleared the grid. We've cleared the frequency, we've raised the harmonics. So rather like a huge, big organic change that's happened at the same time, we will see effectively things start to fall slightly. And of course, we all know that the negative aspect, the negative frequency has to fall for us to be able to replace it with positive energy. So people in control and controlling structures need to fail. And this is what we're going to see. And this is what you will see on your news, on your media. It may not be in the mainstream, but of course the mainstream is particularly negative. So it's not particularly a place that we would look for reality and truth. So I'd like, from my perspective, to say thank you to you all for joining these two meditations today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the personal healing meditation for yourself. Everyone should feel calmer with more clarity. We've cleared your field, we've changed and removed negative interference from your space. And from a planetary perspective, we as a community, a group, you and us, spiritual entities like myself, Chen, and my team, working hand in hand with you from a physical perspective, we've joined together, amalgamated our energy, and we've cleansed and cleared the grid. So thank you to you all for joining. I hope that you've all enjoyed this particular session. Hopefully we haven't overrun too long, as I know that young Andrew does have a thing about time, but of course, as we know, time doesn't exist. It only exists for you physically because you monitor it with the sun and the moon. But the reality is, from a spiritual perspective, there is, of course, no time. So I will hand you back to young Andrew and say good day to you all. And we will look forward to the next time that we revisit this particular meditation and session. Good day. Oh, that's just what you need. Okay, so I'm back, which is all good. Just have a quick drink. Chen's obviously talked for a good hour. And I'm assuming that we've overrun, probably. And now he's got 33 seconds left. So actually, I know I'm a stickler for time, but I think we can probably go with that, which is all good. So hopefully you folks enjoyed those two meditations. Obviously, they're quite different. So one was for you personally, one was obviously from a collective perspective, connecting energetically to each other and obviously the team. Jane's come back online so I can see her smiley face on top of my screen, which is good. So the boss will be happy, hopefully. Again, from our perspective, obviously, what have we got? So we'll probably get another one of these meditations in again in the next couple of months. We're trying to do them quarterly, really, so every 3 months, a sort of group meditation. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Obviously, we've got a shop, pendants, pyramids, all the normal things that we sell. So if you're interested in spiritual tools, as they say, Jane's got her pyramid up. I've got one here as well, actually. So we've got loads of pyramids all over the place, actually. Our room, as you can imagine, is full. There's some here. There's pyramids all over the place. But they're good for sort of clearing space, clearing energy. They're good to put in your bedrooms, keeping negative things out, which is always handy. None of us like negative things whilst we're sleeping, so anything that's protective and sends off a vortex of energy to clear the space is obviously good. So you guys can Google that type of stuff. We've also got a course starting in September. So we run like 2 courses now. We do a 6-week meditation and spiritual development course, basically. We kind of work through, or we focus on spiritual protection. So we're working through protection for practitioners and obviously for clients as well. Clearing yourself, how to learn to clear yourself, clear entities, check for attachments, all the things that we do really from a perspective of our services. So we're working through that protection course that starts in September. If you're interested, you can head on over to the website to have a look. And we've currently got an advanced group that we're running through at the moment, which is kind of like the step 2 really from that perspective. So the advanced group is a different type of course. It's very hands-on. We're in breakout rooms every week and people are pairing up and doing work, and we kind of do a bit of psychometry, automatic writing, testing each other's fields, trying to connect to each other, learning to protect our energy from someone else. So the advanced course is kind of the next stage really. So if you're on the spiritual path and you're looking to learn a few tips and tricks because you're having a few problems, then I would kind of guide you to our kind of first course that starts in September, which is 6 weeks. So again, all of this is on the website. Catherine kindly is saying it's a good course, which is always nice because Catherine's done the course. It's always quite nice to have some people on these chats that have actually done it and can say that it's real. They did do it and they actually liked it, which is good. And I think most people kind of quite enjoy the courses. It's very informal. Everything that Jane and I do, as you can see, is real, really informal. We're kind of real people. We try and do our best and we try and help as many people as we can because we've been in the spiritual mire for quite some time, which is why we ended up on this path doing the work that we do. So if you're drawn to do some of the courses, they're quite good. Also, from an SRI perspective, we've got an in-person course that is due to start in August, which is in about 16 days or 15 days or something. So we've got a few spaces left if you're interested. That's in person at the castle, as we call it, with myself and Jono. So it's going to be fun. We've got quite a few people coming over from the States and places, and the UK actually, which is quite good. So it's going to be a great group of people, and we're quite looking forward to that. So at the moment, we're busy sorting out the travel arrangements. We're actually buying tables for the office and all sorts of boring things that we need to do to run a course, really. So so it's going to be good. We're looking forward to it. We think it'll be a fantastic place to actually train people, because in the past we basically hired hotel rooms and people stayed in hotels, which was great. But now we've actually got a kind of castle effectively to ourselves. It's a fantastic place to work from. And of course Terry sits in the corner. So Terry's there every day. Every day we walk in, we say morning, Terence, and we get this little kind of thought pops in your mind. Normally things like you're late or you've got loads of work to do, get on with it. So there's always some positive comment from Terry, generally, even when we've worked hard all week and we say good night on Friday, there's always some quip that generally comes back along the lines of, you haven't done this, or we need to do that. So we do get a whole list of things from Terry to do every week. And Jane will tell you, I come back and say, you'll never guess what he wants us to do now, because this list seems to get ever longer. But of course, this is the fun when we're working with spirit, talking to Chen, talking to Terry. Again, we're mediums, we can talk to other spiritual entities. So we do have the I guess that the ability to be able to kind of dive into that spiritual side and work with teams of entities on the other side in a positive way. So we're very fortunate to be able to do that. And of course, we spent, well, again, 20 years of our life doing this. So we're a long way down the path. Anyway, folks, great to see you here. Hopefully you enjoyed both the meditations and the group. And I think it was Jane's idea that we were going to get Chen to talk about what happened today, tomorrow. So Monday, tomorrow, on the podcast, we've got a podcast that goes out on Mondays, basically, which I think is 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. UK time, or something like that. Jane will tell me if I get it wrong, but I'm sure it's probably about 5 p.m. UK time. So what we thought we could do, when I say we, Jane, obviously, thought we could get Chen to talk about this meditation and what actually happened and how did it look from their perspective. So we know what we do from a kind of human physical perspective. It'd be really interesting to hear Chen's opinion of what happens on the spiritual side. What do they see? What do they kind of notice changing? How much changes there? What really happens when groups of people like you guys get together all over the world and we kind of all pop our energy into the pot and we let the guides and the teams use it in a positive way. So I think it'll be quite a good chat. Again, if you can't make it because you're working or you're busy, it's not a problem. Everything we do is recorded. It all goes out now on either the website, our YouTube channel, it's got all the videos on. We've got a Spotify channel, so you can download or listen to the audio. And again, that kind of covers Apple Podcasts and, of course, Amazon Music and Deezer and all the other podcast channels. So basically, there's about 5 places that you can find anything of our stuff. It's kind of everywhere. And we do spend a lot of time uploading things generally. So it's been great to have you all on. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, drop us an email, let us know, or drop us a chat. If you're on Facebook, Jane will probably put a post out to say that we've had the med. Drop a comment, let us know what you liked. If you didn't like things, let us know what you didn't like. We're all ears really to try and get things right and to do things that accommodate everybody in a positive way. So we're really keen for you guys to kind of give us your feedback. That drives where we are, where we do things, and how we do things. So let us know. And I think for myself and Jane, and of course Ollie and Vanessa behind the scenes, we'll say good night, or good morning, or good day, and we'll catch you all again soon.